Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back with a new Viking Orations. Got another review for you today. This time I'm going to be talking to you about the forthcoming EP from the band Eyes of Perdition, entitled The Great Pushback, due to be released September 29th digitally through the band themselves. And if you're not familiar with Eyes of Perdition, they are a death metal / beatdown band out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Been around since 2019, featuring Chasen Vogel on guitars and bass, Terrence Harper handling guitars and bass as well, Dakota Martin on the drums, and finally Lindsay O on vocals and handling all of the lyrics. This is the band's second EP. It is 6 tracks, just a little over 23 minutes in length. And I have been a fan of this band ever since their 2021 debut EP entitled Incendiary Truths. So I was pleasantly surprised not only when they dropped a new song and video for that song, but they were announcing they were going to be releasing a new EP as well. And then I was even more so excited when I was asked if I would like to hear it and give my thoughts on it. And I graciously accepted that invitation, and I promptly got my ass kicked by this thing. There's no build up to this EP whatsoever. It just starts straight off with this thick bass riff and a nice little simple drum beat. Then about 16 seconds in, the guitars finally kick in, and Lindsay's low growls, and then the lead single Drywall gets the beating underway. As I said, the bass tone on this thing is thick with a little twang to it, and while it does come through in the mix a little bit more here and there at times, in general it tends to work in tandem with the guitars to provide that wall of heaviness through all these tracks, and includes some really nice bass drops here and there as well. Then when you get into track number 3, A Chaotic Mess of Uninitiated Animus, about 1:59 into the song, the bass comes through loud and clear here, and you get a nice little breakdown leading to a nice heavy riff section. Sounded so badass. Overall, though, the guitars on this EP have that dirty, crunchy tone to them, hitting you with these mid to fast-paced riffs with some heavier chugged sections and lots of tasty breakdowns to be found throughout this thing. I love the heavy as fuck grooves that this band settles into as times as well. And, when I was listening to this, I kept listening to it and thinking, okay, who does this remind me of? That, that pure aggression, that civil, barbaric aggression. Who does this remind me of? And it reminded me of local Deathmonger's Lust Witch. That was who finally came to mind. Is like they have that same kind of primal brutality to them, and I loved it. Overall, the drum production I thought was pretty solid, with a good snap to the snare, nice double bass work, and some good blast beats at times, so those are used sparingly. He never really does anything overly flashy or anything, but he always provides a nice solid beat to the songs. Lindsay O's vocals, oh man, she turns in a powerful and very varied vocal performance over these 6 tracks, from the nice mid-range growl to some lower-end growls to these almost like hardcore shouts, which she was doing, though she kind of reminded me a little bit of Marley Riley from Hyperia, just a little bit. And then she also does these just nasty sounding vocals that are reminiscent of Cheney Crab of Entheos. Very sick stuff, and I love how they layer her vocals at times. So you might get a low-end growl with the hardcore shout underneath, or some kind of sick scream with a hardcore shout here and there. Just they really layered her vocals a lot, and I loved how they did that. Overall, I think this is just another solid EP from this still young band. It's just 23 minutes of pure heavy aggression, not much lead up to be found here. As I said, no building intros or anything like that, and despite its more mid-paced moments, it's just pretty much pummeling you track after track after track. It's, it's not flashy, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything, it's not that kind of music. It's just a pure shot of caveman style brutality for when you need that kind of thing to, maybe you're having a bad day or you just need something to get the juices flowing. This is the kind of stuff that you would put on to get that aggression going. And, there's nothing wrong with that absolutely at all. So, yeah, I would highly recommend checking this out. I give this a solid 8.5 out of 10. As I said, September 29th, this comes out digitally through the band. I will be leaving a link down below to their Bandcamp so you can check it out, as well as their previous EP. The band has said they are looking for a label to show some interest and possibly release a physical release of this, and maybe even their first EP, which I would absolutely love, because I would love to have a CD of this and their previous one as well. So yeah, go check out Eyes of Perdition. 8.5 out of 10 for me. That is going to do it. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.